Hi, it's Sylvester, and I want to talk about Justin Baldoni. Now, first of all, I'm going to be saying allegedly a lot in this video because I don't particularly want to be sued for slander. I know it's highly, highly unlikely that Justin Baldoni is ever going to see this video because I am a nobody. But there is a possibility that I might get sued by Justin Baldoni, and I don't want that. So I'm going to be saying allegedly, even though I believe the allegations. I believe Blake Lively. I am on Blake Lively's side. Now, if you don't know what's going on, here is essentially what is happening. There's this dude, Justin Baldoni, and there's this woman, Blake Lively, and they worked on a movie together. During the making of said movie, Justin Baldoni allegedly sexually harassed Blake Lively. Then he got scared, thinking that Blake Lively was going to tell on him, so he hired a very good PR company, the same PR company that Johnny Depp hired to turn the world against Amber Heard, and he had that PR company run a smear campaign against Blake Lively to turn everybody against her. And this smear campaign was so effective that it seems like he's turned the entire internet against her. From where I'm standing, it seems like everybody is on Justin Baldoni's side. And it kind of frustrates me. It more than kind of frustrates me. It really super duper frustrates me. But then Blake Lively filed a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, and she spoke out about what he allegedly did. And then now Justin Baldoni is trying to play the victim and is essentially saying that Blake Lively bullied him, and she teamed up with her famous husband Ryan Reynolds, and they bullied him. And there's this whole thing about how there's this character in Ryan Reynolds, a movie that Ryan Reynolds was in, the Deadpool Wolverine movie or whatever. There's a character who is essentially just a massive douchebag, and Justin Baldoni is trying to say that that character was making fun of him, which I think sounds like he's admitting to being a giant douchebag. Like, if there's a character who's an asshole, and you look at that character and say, that is me, somebody is making fun of me, then I think you're admitting to being an asshole. You know what I mean? But, like, whatever. Everybody's on Justin Baldoni's side, and it seems like the people who aren't on Justin Baldoni's side are anti-Semitic and or racist and or xenophobic. Like, I had this one comment on one of my videos about Blake Lively that said Justin Baldoni is Mexican and that Trump is going to deport him. And that is just definitively not true. Justin Baldoni is not Mexican. He is Jewish and Italian, from what I've read, and he was born in California. So, you know, it seems like the people who don't like Justin Baldoni are doing it because he's Jewish or because he appears to be racially ambiguous, at least. Like, he doesn't... Like, I thought that he was non-white when I saw him, and there's a lot of people argue about whether or not Italian is white, but I think most people say that Italian is white. So, you know, he is, and like Jewish people, there's like an argument there about whether or not Jewish people are white, and like I'm not here to partake in that argument whatsoever, but you know, he appears to be a racial minority, at least. And so a lot of people hate him because of racism and or because of his religious background. And so if you hate somebody simply because they are Jewish or because you think that they are non-white, that is bad. And I should not have to tell you that that is bad. And that is just not an okay thing. So, yeah, it all feels very high school, if I'm being honest, and I'm not trying to downplay the situation. I know it's very, very serious. Sexual harassment, especially in the workplace, is very, very serious. And again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm not taking this seriously, because I am. But what it feels like to me is like Justin Baldoni is like a douchey teenage boy, or like he's a douchey frat boy who really, really wanted to have sex with the hot, popular blonde girl. And the hot, popular blonde girl didn't want to have sex with him, so he felt personally victimized by that. And there are a lot of incels in the world who are on Justin Baldoni's side because they know what it's like to be rejected by the hot popular girl, and they know that it feels like you're being victimized when the hot popular girl doesn't want to have sex with you, and so they feel like they're the victims, and so they're on Justin Baldoni's side because, Justin Baldoni, in my opinion, the way I see it, I feel like he allegedly sexually harassed Blake Lively because she didn't want to have sex with him. And so he was either allegedly sexually harassing her because he was trying to get her to want to have sex with him, or he was allegedly sexually harassing her because he just was trying to punish her for not wanting to have sex with him. Again, it just feels very high school. It feels like he's acting like a teen boy right now. And I know there are lots of good teen boys out there, so I'm sorry if you're offended by this, if you're watching this and you're a teen boy. I'm sure you're lovely. But you see how it just feels like he's being incredibly immature. And instead of owning up to his alleged actions and apologizing and not doing it again, he is doubling down and playing the victim and trying to turn everyone against this poor woman. And I just feel so bad for Blake. I really do. And there's a lot of people who believe, who are against Blake, who have valid reasons for why they don't like her. Like, there have been times when she's been rude to interviewers. There's been times, during the smear campaign, a lot of stuff from Blake's past was kind of dug up. And Ryan's too. Like, Ryan's being put under a microscope now as well. And there was this time during the shooting of the film, The Amityville Horror, I think that's what it's called, Ryan Reynolds slapped a teenager. He physically assaulted a minor, and that wasn't in the script. He was not supposed to do that, and he has admitted, or he's expressed remorse. Like, he has said that he regrets that. And I don't know what else we want him to do, because, like, when you do something regrettable, like assault a child, all you can really do is apologize for it and say that you regret it and that you won't do it again. You can't change the past. You can't undo it. So, like, I don't know what more people want from him, frankly, is what I'm trying to say. And like, again, yes, Blake Lively has done some things that people hate her for. They think she's this, like, bully, this mean girl. And I feel like a lot of the people saying this are teen boys or incels who are mad because they see in Blake Lively a woman that they know in real life. Like they've had a hot woman reject them, and they project that onto Blake Lively, and they're like, she's mean, she's a bully, she's whatever, because they're just mad about the fact that hot girls don't want to sleep with them. You know what I mean? Like, it just, again, it all feels very high school, but it's not. Like, these are adults. This is very serious stuff. Sexual harassment is very serious. But do you see what I mean by it feels very immature, the way people are acting, the way people are treating Blake, the way people are justifying Justin Baldoni's alleged actions? Like, it all just feels very immature and childish. And I guess you're wondering what, like, some specific details are with the sexual harassment. From what I've read, there were many things. He allegedly would talk about his genitals a lot, which is very inappropriate. There's a time and a place to talk about your genitals, Not everybody wants to hear about your genitals, especially at a workplace. When you are at work, it should go without saying that you do not tell your coworkers about your genitals. It is just weird and inappropriate and just super not okay. He would allegedly show naked pictures of women. Again, super inappropriate thing to do at work. Just not okay. He would allegedly try to write in more sex scenes and more sex stuff and try to get Blake to act out orgasms on screen, and it's stuff that she didn't sign up for when she agreed to do the movie. She didn't sign up for all these extra sex scenes and all these extra orgasm scenes. And that's very inappropriate. And to me, it feels like he's just trying to dominate her and humiliate her. He's trying to force her to do sexual things that she doesn't want to do and doesn't feel comfortable doing. It's a power move. It makes him feel like a big man to allegedly try to force a woman who doesn't want to sleep with him to do stuff that she doesn't want to do. You know? Like it's just very immature. It's just so immature. And he would allegedly obsess over Blake's weight, which, as a person who has trigger warning, I eating disorders, I have suffered with eating disorders. Trigger warning over. That's all I had to say about that. And I have struggled a lot with my weight. And so that is something that really pisses me off, to have to know that he allegedly was so incredibly focused on her weight. It's a really bad feeling when other people are hyper fixated on your body and what your body looks like. And it's just a really shitty thing to do. It's just really shitty. And he tried to justify it by saying that there's a scene where he had to lift her up. And, he has back problems, apparently. And so he wanted her to be a certain weight, or he wanted to know her weight so that he could be prepared for having to lift her. But if that was really the problem, couldn't you get, like, a body double to do it? Or couldn't you, like, cut that scene out or something? Like, there's... Hollywood movie magic, just like you have somebody else pick her up and make it look like it's Justin Baldoni. There's so many ways around that other than obsessing over your coworker's weight. It's just very inappropriate. And, just the annoying fact that he claims to be this big feminist, this big ally of women, and yet he allegedly acts like this. It's just so frustrating, because as a feminist man myself, there are a lot of women out there who scoff at the idea of a feminist man because they think there's no such thing. Any man who claims to be a feminist is obviously a sexist, and like Justin Baldoni is not doing us any favors. Like he genuinely makes men look bad, allegedly, because when people look at what Justin allegedly did and say, well, boys will be boys, like, oh, that's just man stuff, he's just being a man. Like, as a man myself, I take offense to that, because it's like, no, some men have self-control. Some men understand what's appropriate and not appropriate in a workplace situation. Some men are not like Justin Baldoni, okay? And it just frustrates me to no end. There's other stuff that he allegedly did, but those are kind of the ones that, I mean, I should have, like, I don't know. I can't really remember anything else off the top of my head, so but I do know that there were other things that he allegedly did, but those are the ones that really stuck out in my mind. And it sets a bad precedent to see Justin Baldoni do the things he allegedly did and not only get away with it and pay zero consequences for it, but also have the entire world think that he's the victim. Pisses me off so much, because as a trans man, I used to think that I was a woman, so I have some idea what it's like to be a woman in this world. And there have been times when I had to reject men, and they took it very personally. And you're very scared when you think that you're a woman. Being a woman in this world, it's very scary to reject a man because you don't know how he's going to react. He might end up being a Justin Baldoni and, start sexually harassing you or turning the world against you, or you don't retaliating against you, just trying to hurt you for not wanting to have sex with him. And in my mind, that is what is going on here. Justin Baldoni allegedly is just really upset because Blake Lively did not want to have sex with him. And, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have the situation all wrong. But from where I'm standing, it really seems like that You know, that, and again, people like Justin Baldoni is the reason why women are scared to say no to men. You know, it's just like because you don't know how the men are gonna take it. You don't know how they're gonna react. And some men take it very personally and think that they are being victimized by not being allowed to get laid. You know, like it just frustrates me. I'm just repeating myself at this point. I feel like have I made it clear that this frustrates me? Because it frustrates me. Anyways, that is all. I'm probably going to make another video because God knows I have enough to say about this topic. And like no matter how many dislikes these videos get, I just keep going at it and doubling down because damn it, I think I'm right. And like, damn it, I hate that so many people can't see what I see. That so many people don't see the situation the way I see it. And it just pisses me off, honestly. But anyways, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay frosty. Bye.